Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the Game Dojo. It's your host, the Game Ninja. And yes, welcome to a very special game show. Today we are talking about none other than that beautiful boy right there. As we approach the holidays, it gets me thinking nostalgically back to when gaming first began for me. And I would say the first real gaming facet in my life was the year 1988. When the NES we got for Christmas. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that one game system, that one game company, Nintendo, has shaped my life for more than 4 decades. That's right, more than 4 decades. It's showing my age. So ladies and gentlemen, today I want you guys to sit back, relax, get your favorite bag of snacks, grab a blanket. That's my Mario blanket. And I want you guys to enjoy these game tracks because we're taking you way back in the back of the closet with them 8 tracks and Hot Wheel stacks. That's right, to bring you my beloved Christmas gift from 1988, the Nintendo Entertainment System. That's right. And it's just as awesome now as it was back then. And this thing, this brick, this gray brick of plastic and black and white and microchips and silicon would change my world, but the world, forever. And over 4 decades later, it's still making an impact and a statement that nobody can deny. Nintendo. I know that's Nabisco, but Nintendo. So ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax with your favorite bag of snacks and get ready for these game tracks because we are going back, way back, to the birth of Nintendo and how it inspired us and all of this. Let's do it. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, back in the day, the Nintendo playset came with everything you needed in the box. It came with, yes, the Nintendo console itself. It came with 2 controllers, which I have one here. The other ones are going to be right there on my wall. Let me pause and show you. Alright, let me show you over there. So you see the other controllers and you see the light zapper. That's another part of it. So, the light zapper, 2 controllers. It came with the power brick, which is quite heavy, quite big and quite heavy, but it did its job, and it still does its job to this day. The RF switch, which a lot of you don't even know what this little ingenious piece of technology is. So what this thing did back in the day is it took the coaxial support on the back of all the televisions, and most televisions today still have coax support, screws it into the back of there, and then with this going into the rear of the Nintendo right here. So just with the power slot and with the RF modulator, you plug it into TVs, and believe it or not, this still works on most modern TVs. We had this hook up to a flat screen, and it came with Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, which you guys will see a little bit of the gameplay of this, but this is called a cartridge. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I know this seems weird, but yeah. In a day of 2024, the word cartridge is not synonymous with things that a lot of people know with gaming. This is a cartridge. See what inside here? There is a micro chip, well, not micro, it's a chipset and a motherboard with the ROM and the game implanted on here. And the way it goes practically is you take said Nintendo right here, you open the flap, you take the game, pop it in there, and you press down. Although I just learned recently that you don't have to press down in your Nintendo. And we're going to give that a go too to see if that's fact or cap. But I hear that you did not have to press down. That locks it into place, but it'll play just from this position. So you pop it down, you close this, and you hit the power button, and you are ready to go most of the time. But anybody who has ever had a Nintendo knows this baby is starting a 1957 Chevy. You have to do some things in order to get it started, because if you put it in, click it, and hit the power button and the game boots up on the first initial entry, you have either the first time out of the box or you're a witch, because this thing never worked that way. But the struggle was the glory, and that's the amazing part about the Nintendo. You had to do some work to get it to work, and I know that seems very weird in today's society where you're ready just to press a button and go and everything is just online and going. But even today, you got to go through to get through, because you can take a game and it has to download from the disc to the system, then it has to go through an update and then a patch, and then, you know, there's never an easy way to game. So, but I would trade the modern day form of gaming to this old gaming any day, anytime, any place, anywhere. Why? Simply put, you take this cartridge, everything is right here on this cartridge. See that? Everything is here on this cartridge. No updates, no patches, no installs, no waits, none of that. You just simply take it out of the package, pop it right into your Nintendo, which most of us know. Some sore cheeks and sore Christmases. Pop it in there, and you're ready to go. No updates, no patches, no installs, no day one this, no installing to console. This is the console, and you're ready to go. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is the Nintendo Entertainment System. And ladies and gentlemen, this changed the world. Yes. And like I said, the funny part is these tiny little things, these cartridges, I don't know if you can see that, these tiny little cartridges would shape the face of the modern world forever. This game today is still being played over 40 years later by millennials, next gen, Gen Xers, and everybody, because this is the most iconic sound and game when it comes to Nintendo. Everybody knows that. This was the original Mario, and you can smell the aged goodness inside these cartridges. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll take advantage of just going over a few cartridges. Now, this NES system, believe it or not, as mine is hooked up to the TV, I have the Mini, and I feel so bad because I lost my original system way back in the day, and I wish I had pushed harder to keep it. But as time marches on, most of us lose a lot of our childhood, and me, I did mine as well. But this is the Nightmare Creature, so she has lent me her beautiful system so that I could look at and nostalgia over, and I am going crazy. I am geeking over this. So let's go see what's in the box. She's got a bunch of boxes. Let's see what's in the box. So this is her first tote. Her first tote of games. What's in the box? And ladies and gentlemen, she has a bunch of cartridges. She has a bunch of cartridges. Like, which is funny because she's not really a gamer. Let's see if I can get her to give me, look at this, bro. Let's see if I can get her to give me these. This is history. This is my childhood. But let's see what we got here. Let's just dig into this magic bag of snacks. And these sleeves were awesome. These sleeves, some of them had the red Nintendo sleeves, just slides in, it's a dust slot for your cartridge. So let's see what she has, shall we? She has Wheel of Fortune. I think I may have played this a couple of times. Never had the cartridge, but she has it. Wheel of Fortune on the NES. Let's take it, pop it back in here. There we go. She also have, oh, that's what I was talking about. You see that one? See that red Nintendo logo right there? Nintendo. She got Paperboy. Now, anybody who had a Nintendo had to get a Paperboy. Paperboy, this is another one of those iconic games that just from the sound you know what it is. So I'm filming two separate videos at the same time, but I am going to superimpose maybe a little clip of all these games right down here in the corner. So in the midst of me explaining and talking about these games, you're going to get little inserts right down here in the corner so you can see what these games look like and played. But yeah, so Paperboy, that old lady, I still have memories of that old lady coming out the house and busting me and that dog and the dude on the skateboard and the dude breakdancing and the car hitting you in the street. Ah, such memories. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This game, absolutely amazing. Synonymous with stress and nightmares. So many of us on that damn board, pun intended, that damn board, but I'm talking about the board with the dam when you're underwater and a little kelp that electrifies you. This was the most frustrating levels I've ever played in a game. And that's the thing about Nintendo. Nintendo is absolutely amazing, but on the same token, oh my god, the levels of frustration is insane. And then you weren't just playing the game frustrations, you were playing the system frustrations, because sometimes you got very far in the game and you was doing so good. Remember, no save states, no memory cards, none of that stuff. But we had codes that sometimes somebody would put in the game that you could get back to where you was at. But you would get so far and then the screen would just start flashing gray and black, gray and black, gray and black, and you're just like, ah! Those are the first real rages, but you didn't rage quit. Because you just took it out, or you took an alcohol prep pad, which they tell you not to do, but almost all of us did, or a Q-tip, dip it in the isopropyl rubbing alcohol. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, you shouldn't do that. I understand that now as somebody who works with electronics and motherboards, and I understand how damaging it can be, but it worked back in the day. It was the hustle, the struggle was real. You take that little swab or that little Q-tip and pop it up in there, you put it in. I ain't gotta say it, I'll just show you. Take it, you put it right in there, press that baby down, hit that power button, boom, you was ready to go. And almost instantly it worked, almost instantly. That ain't no stage joke. Almost instantly, it always worked. Even though they told us never to use alcohol, it almost always worked. So that's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where everybody has the red headband, because in the original comic everything was black and white, so you couldn't really see Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, or Raphael. You just had to know by the weapon. Now, like I was saying before, when you got your initial startup cartridge, it came with a 2-on-1 game. You had Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt on the same cartridge. I guess with her Nintendo set, it came with probably Mario Brothers, and then you had to get Duck Hunt separate. But both of these games normally came on a duo cart, where it was Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt on the same cart. They started pairing it, I believe, with the Christmas bundles that came out. Now, back in the day, you got 2 controllers, a game, so you can already play out of the box with a friend. 2 controllers, a game, you was ready to go. So instantly, you can game out of the box. Not nowadays where it comes with just the system, you have no games and 1 controller. So if you want to play with a friend, you got to drop another $70 to play with a friend. Back then, they were nice enough to give you things like an extra controller so that you and a friend can play outside of the box, literally. But Duck Hunt, this was that game. This is the one that I showed you with that Nintendo Zapper it came with. It came with a Nintendo Zapper because of Duck Hunt. And this game, fire. Fire. Simplicity at its best, but fire. You literally just took the light gun, pointed at the screen, and shot ducks before they flew away. And the level of intensity got harder and harder as you went on. And then you could also do clay pigeons. Absolute masterpiece of a game. Don't know why they didn't reinvent it. Don't know why it's not on the Switch. Don't know why they didn't invent a modern light gun that works on flat screen and LED TVs or LCD TVs. It would be genius. Do you know how much of this you would sell if you did that again? Come on, guys. It's possible. We saw it here in the Game Dojo, how possible it was. Literally 3 weeks ago. So, Duck Hunt. Gotta love that, man. Woohoo! Woohoo! What else you got? Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Another game. I don't think I ever played this. by LJN. LJN is that little rainbow company that you see up there. They played a lot of games back in the day. LJN did wrestling on Super Nintendo. A lot of Super Nintendo games I played at LJN. I've never played this game, but I am excited about playing it. So we're going to insert just a little bit of gameplay right here. There you go. For you. And for about maybe a few seconds, you're going to get a video of what Roger Rabbit, Who Framed Roger Rabbit looks like. And this is the great part about being here in the Game Dojo with me. Not only am I talking about these games, but you're going to see them. That's what it is, baby. That's what we do. I'm the Game Ninja, and this is just what we do in the heart of Gamer Nation. So Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Oh man, just the feel of this, just the ridges and the feel of it, it's just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Then what else we have? We're going to double up and do two, because I don't want to keep you guys here forever. But we have Home Alone. This game, oh my God. Y'all needed to dial down the intensity and the frustrations of this game. Me and her tried it a few years back, and we could not get past the first level with the burglars in the house. This game, I don't know why the difficulty outside of the box, but Nintendo did that. A lot of Nintendo games, you had to bring your A game to play their game. Even if it's a B game, you had to bring your A game, because this game right here, yeah, Home Alone, Kevin, and this is such during the time of year like Christmas time. This is a great game to play. But frustrations wise, you definitely gonna be some frustrations. If you rage quit and you got that in your life, you should not wanting to be playing this game right here. This game right here will take you there. And then we have bowling. Now I never really played the bowling. This is a championship bowling. Never really played championship bowling, but I did play the pool. I had a chance to play the pool by the same company. Actually, like I said, you're going to see these little clips pop in here back and forth on the other side of the camera showing you these games that I'm showing you on the NES. So this is Championship Bowling. And like I said, when it comes to Nintendo, these things right here just have value and intrinsic value, but not just intrinsic, nostalgic value, which is, that's more than anything. That's worth more than any amount of money. Nostalgic value. But we have Championship Bowling. I know, what are you saying? Like, why does she have it? The nightmare creatures into horror. Well, that's the reason why I love her. Because inside all of us is a gamer. Doesn't matter who you are. You could be like, I'm not a gamer. I saw you at 3 o'clock in the morning busting Candy Crush. I saw you with the Soda Saga at 2 o'clock in the morning. I saw you, Mall Madness. I saw you. Don't pretend you ain't a gamer. We all gamers. So then we have the Addams Family. The Addams Family was great. I played Addams Family Values on the NES, on the Super NES, Super Nintendo. Never had to actually play Addams Family on the NES, which is absolutely amazing. But we're definitely going to give that a go. So while it's in the hand, you're going to see, like I said, a little bit of a clip over here in the corner, just showing you busting just a little bit of the gameplay of the Addams Family. Now, like I said, when it comes to Nintendo, they had some ones that were cash grabs, that's true, but they also had really amazing games that even to this day, we can still look at the cartridge, hear the cartridge, and know the music, because Nintendo back in the day was known for that music. They was in the studio killing it. And then we have, of course, Excite-Bike. How could you not like Excite-Bike? This is another one that should have came with the console, because Excite-Bike was a popular game. This one can be found on a Nintendo Switch online service today, right now. This game is still being played over 4 decades later. This game right here. This game. Matter of fact, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has an inspired track just by Excite-Bike. It's actually an Excite-Bike arena that they turned 3-dimensional and used it for Mario Kart. One of my favorite boards. Like I said, these games influenced the culture for decades to come. Excite-Bike. I can't tell you how many times. Matter of fact, look, there are no egos here in the Game Dojo. No egos, no politics, unless it's gaming politics. But I concede when somebody is the bomb and they're better at me in certain games. Certain games, look, if you play me in Mario Kart, there's a high degree of difficulty and chance that you will not win. That I will be behind you with a red shell and I will be a nightmare and I will shatter your dreams and coins all over the field. But I also concede when it comes to other games. My brother Phil, when it comes to Mortal Kombat, you the truth, the light, and the weight. I can't rock with you on Mortal Kombat. And I mean, I'll get embarrassed. I mean, I'll go ahead and put my foot in the ring and get embarrassed, but I know who you are, bro. I know that's where you live. I can admit that to this day, me and Lauren have played the Nightmare Creature. We have played Excite Bike, and she beat me. I think me and Narik and her had a tournament one time in the game dojo where we were all busting Excite Bike, and she had the fastest time on the track. She got the skills to pay the bills, which is why I say inside of us there's always a gamer, because I concede on that one. So Excite Bike, to this day, she still got the record over me. I can humbly delegate that she put it down. She put it down. I wasn't ready, clearly, and she was about it. She was about that life. I wasn't about that life, but clearly she was about that life. And with her game cartridges, she actually kept a lot of these in really great states. They were in a plastic tub, so yeah. A lot of them are dust-free, which is great. That shows a lot of care and love for your system, which is good. Because the longevity of a Nintendo is, you can take these modern systems, and most of these modern systems will crash and not work within a year of you playing them. Modern technology sucks most of the time, and most of the time it's great. But these new consoles, there's no faith and trust in them. The NES controller, you can take it out 45 years later and it'll play like it was fresh out the box. The Nintendo console, you can hook it up to a TV 40 years later and it'll play like it was fresh out the box. The games will play like it's fresh out the box. I dare you to take the Pepsi challenge with them new fucking game systems. The controllers last barely a year. The consoles is always red ring of death and bricking. You ain't got no red ring of death with Nintendo, the NES, the SNES, the Nintendo 64. Biggest problem you gonna have is blowing them damn cartridges and giving yourself an asthma attack. Oh, and she did have it. See, I didn't even know. See, once again, I didn't even know. So inside her box, if y'all can see here, what's in the box? This is another one of her box. She had more games. She got the Zapper too. She got the Nintendo Light Zapper too. And I believe there was two versions of this gun. I believe there was this is like red or orange. I'm kind of colorblind. I think this is like an orange or red. Anyway, there is the Nintendo Zapper. Where you at? There we go. Stay right there. There's the Nintendo Zapper right here. But I believe it also came in another color. I think it was like gray.
It was gray.
Yeah, gray. It was
gray and dark gray.
Gray and dark gray, yeah. So there wasn't another Nintendo Zapper that was gray and dark gray. But this joint right here, y'all saw a few videos ago, we put in that work. Y'all saw this and we put in that work. To this day, son. And it feels, see how strong this is? Like good construction, it's still made. I like that boom, boom. Can you hear that? You can hear the metal pin and coil still retracting in there. This is Duck Hunt, and this came inside the box. That's what I'm talking about. Nowadays they don't give you shit in the box, but back in the day, if you purchased their product, Sega Genesis, 2 controllers, a game, like they made sure out of the box you could bust and play their game. And that is an amazing thing for gaming companies, because they actually cared about the gamer and the experience. Only in recent times has that changed where they don't do that anymore. And it sucks. It really sucks, because y'all don't give a damn about your gamers anymore. So we're going to jump into some more games. Let's see what she got here. She got Friday the 13th. We should have bust this at Halloween, but we did bust Friday the 13th, but we did it on the Nintendo Switch. We didn't do it on the NES. But like I said, while I'm talking, you're going to see these little video clips pop in on the left side or the right side or the top side or whatever side I can fit it into, so you can see a little bit of gameplay of these little games, because That's just what we do. That's who we are. And this is why you here. So ladies and gentlemen, that is Friday the 13th. I don't know why it's rainbow colored, but it's absolutely awesome. This is absolutely awesome. I gotta take my spectacles off to see up close. Wow. Interactive video games. Destroy Jason if you can. Now the funny part is, anybody who's ever played Friday the 13th knows full well it's nothing like the movie. And that's the thing with a lot of Nintendo games that was based off of movies. I played Total Recall probably 100 times. And it's got some scenes that's pretty hot, like the X-ray scene and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I might have to bust Total Recall in this video. So that's going to be the bonus game at the end of this video. We got to bust Total Recall. But Jaws, there's a lot of games after movies that had nothing to do with the movies. And you're playing it like, I don't remember this being in the movie, Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, there's a bunch of campy games where you're just like, y'all just put the name on the cartridge. Like, this is another damn game. This is not Nightmare on Elm Street. And then some of them nailed it. So you can always tell which ones was cash grabs and which ones they just, they just wanted to sell something. She got a cartridge in here that's still in plastic. I ain't gonna take it out, but it's still in plastic. What is this, John? Silent Service. It looks like a submarine game. I can't really tell you too much about it because I never played it. Actually, I never heard of it. But I'm glad that she got a game in plastic. I don't think she ever bust this before. But I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna lick it anyway. we gonna bust this. I don't know what it is, but we gonna bust it anyway. Like I said, every game that you see here, you gonna see here. That's just, it is what it is. That's the Game Ninja promise. Alright, so that is Silent Service. We cooking with all the peonies and the Johnnies inside. Scary movie. Tell me you guys got that. Okay, and we got another Nintendo insert. This plastic, bro, plastic. Oh, Nintendo, bing. And what game? See, y'all ain't up on games. Y'all know about what y'all know about that Pro-Am? What y'all know about that RC Pro-Am where you got the little radio controlled cars that you driving on the screen? What y'all know about that? And she got the booklet too. She got the booklet with this joint. Ladies and gentlemen, she got the booklet with the RC Pro-Am. What y'all know about that? What you know about that? Games don't even come with manuals no more. Y'all don't know that. We from a different time period where they actually gave a damn about the consumer. Bro, RC Pro-Am. This game was another game changer. Now, Nintendo had some games that were duds and some of them that knocked that shit out of the park. RC Pro-Am is another game that knocked it out of the park. If you played NES, most of these games that I'm talking about that knocked it out of the park, you know instantly because you bust these and you put hours in. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it don't come like this no more. There's emulation, there is imitated, so there's imitation and emulation, but there's never any duplication because the original experience will always be the deals that pay the deals and make them meals and make you feel. You see that? Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I know. RC Pro-Am. That's bringing back some nostalgia. And yeah, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, there's gonna be two videos. So you're gonna see these videos with the little snippets down here in the corner of the gameplay, and then y'all gonna have a full NES gameplay of me just busting these games. That's right. Y'all gonna get to see these games in detail, because there's a couple of games that she don't have that's my favorite that we gonna play. Wrath of the Black Mana being number 1, Red Racer being number 2, absolutely. Jaws and Total Recall. Gotta hit them up. Jaws and Total Recall. Also, Mario Brothers 2 and Mario Brothers 3. Not the Mario Brothers 2 that was the incredibly hard one that came out in Japan and it never made it to America, and then it came over here as like Lost Levels or something like that. I'm talking about the Super Mario Brothers 2 that had no time bar. That was basically not Mario Brothers. They just cloned a game that was working at the time and put in Mario sprites. And it ended up being one of the best Mario experiences out there. I don't know if y'all remember Super Mario Brothers 2, but the music, oh my god, I can hear it in my head right now. See, yeah, y'all don't understand. Nintendo music back in the day, it had you, dude. Like even Mario, when you get to them like 1 4 2 4 3 4 4 4, anytime you get to them Bowser boards, dude, I'm telling you, Nintendo was out of the park with music, fun factor, and engagement, and that's what made their company what it is today. So on to the next cartridge, we have Pac-Man black cartridge. Oh, I forgot they had a gold cartridge and black cartridge. They had them special joints. This is Pac-Man. This is by Tengen. And yeah, the black cart. Now see, anytime somebody say, you know what I'm saying, I'm not a gamer, but you own something like this, you a fucking gamer. I'm sorry. This is your card. This is your card right here. This is your proof. This is your game card. Cause who had a special edition cartridge unless you was a gamer? Bro. Can you smell that? You feel that? This right here. When people are like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm a classic gamer. What's your credentials? Where's it at? There you go. That says it all right there, bro. Swipe it. Beep. That's your credentials right there. That's your credentials right there. That right there. That's credentials. That's cred. That's street cred. If you was playing in the world of Fast and the Furious, that's a 10-second car right there. You owe me a 10-second car. That's a 10-second car right there. Cartridge. Never bust this, but like I said, she got it, and y'all gonna see it. And then, ladies and gentlemen, one of the last carts she has is Tetris. Now, a movie came about this not too long ago explaining the story behind Tetris, which is very interesting because I had no idea it involved spies and intrigue and murder, and there's a lot to Tetris that you guys have no idea in order for it to be what it is and where it is. Now, Tetris was great on Nintendo, but it was popularized on the Game Boy because you could take it with you wherever you go. And Tetris was more, to me, popular on the Game Boy, the Nintendo Game Boy, than the NES. But NES, there was still a bunch of work being put in because of the color and everything else like that. It's a better experience than the Game Boy one, but the Game Boy one is just green. But I can't tell you how many times we went on road trips to grandma and aunt's house, and we went on a road and had to go somewhere, and you just brought the Game Boy and you got an extra four pack of batteries, you know what I'm saying, some Duracell, some Energizers, or the Rayovac and Panasonics, but you had some extra batteries. You could only bust it, unfortunately, in daylight, because at nighttime you can't really see it too well unless you had that light, and that light was pretty much, you know, rich boy territory. Ain't nobody else had no Nintendo Game Boy light. Come on, man, son, we was about that life. And yeah, Tetris. This game is definitely going to be played. Now, the enjoyment in this game is longevity. As you go, it speeds up and it keeps going and it keeps going. And this is one of those games that seems like it's never ending, but just recently somebody, I don't know if it's Factor Cap, actually got to the end of Tetris. I don't know. Maybe it's possible. I've never even gotten close to that. If I'm busting Tetris, it's just because I want to kill some time and I want to make some lines. I want to do some lines, not some lines, but some lines. That's Tetris. So this is the last game she had in her collection, and she's got a pretty rad collection. That's a pretty rad collection. For somebody who claims not to be a gamer, that's a pretty rad collection. I must admit myself. For somebody who ain't a gamer, that's a pretty rad collection. So we're gonna put her light gun. Freeze! Put the light gun back in the box. LAPD! Put that back in the box. So much fun with these old things, man. You never, modern day technology will never replace the older experience of what we did back in the day. What we did in the shadows. What we did, and that was the second box of her goodies right there. Which they my goodies now. They my guys. But yeah, so what we have been talking about, if you're just joining me, is the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. A little box with an amazing amount of joy that changed the world of gaming forever. I know it changed mine. Christmas morning, we didn't know we could afford a Nintendo because back in the day, the system was still $100 and something, closer to the almost $200 mark. So at the time, you know, working class families, you know, you didn't really have the money to afford, you know what I'm saying, luxury items like this at all. And this was considered a luxury at the time because of the price point. And not everybody could. I mean, but to our surprise, our parents worked hard and did what they needed to do, because Christmas morning when we came downstairs, there was a big box, and you know, you get, oh, that's mine, don't give me that one, that was mine. Or somebody hands it out and they're Santa Claus and they hand out the different gifts to everybody else. But there was one for the family, a big one for the family. And I'm like, what the hell could that possibly be? That box is big. Because we was a little bit let down we didn't get a Nintendo, because, you know what I'm saying, we didn't open up all our gifts, and we just like, you know, toys and stuff is absolutely rad. I mean, that's all day, every day. But this had just come out, and word of mouth made this joint. You have no idea. You think like the PS5 and the PS6 and Xbox Series XS0, like you think those things brought hype? You should have been there on a day one launch for this joint right here. This joint changed the face of gaming and worlds and children for the day, bro. Let me tell you something. You know how many hours kids was putting in on this? Like, you came home, did homework, let me bust a Nintendo. Oh, you can't do that to the weekend. Damn! Like, you know how Nintendo influenced people's lives. And we went downstairs and we was able to open that gift from the gift for the family under that box. And it was the NES Power Set. We didn't get the Nintendo robot one, which is because I ain't never played with that robot. I ain't never had a chance to play with that robot. I don't know what that robot did. I never even had a chance to play with a Power Glove. Like, I know somebody who had the Power Glove and it didn't quite work right. I just always liked the way it looked. That's the one thing in this gaming nation euphoria that I don't have yet, is a Power Glove. That is the defining piece. I don't care if it's broken, and I'm trying to keep from making one, because I will go there. I will buy a glove. I will attach said Nintendo controller to my arm. I will make a Power Glove. Don't dare me. Say it. I will do it. But when we got that power set, 2 controllers, Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, it came with the light gun. It came with, and the funny part is, it was so easy to hook up. Like, nobody had ever had experience in hooking up a game console. So you just screwed it into the back of the TV, put the piece in here, put the power brick in there. Now, back in the day, in order to game, you had to put it on channel 2 or channel 3, maybe even channel 4, depending on what kind of setup you had. But you had to put it to a certain station to change the nation. To play this, you had to turn it to a certain station. And you know you was in the house, because everybody always hit that power button before they turned it to the station. So you were like, well, how I know I'm tuned into that station? Because when you get to that channel 3 and channel 4, and you see that either black and white blinking, or you see the game on the screen, you in the house. You in the house. Let's play. In the house. And I can't tell you, passing the mic, 2 controllers through brothers and sisters, we just game. And, you know, sometimes it depends. Back in the day, girls weren't really into gaming like dudes was. So we would game hours. We ain't need to eat. We just game till we had to go to the bathroom. Then we would come back and game some more. We game until Christmas morning. We was passed out laying on the ground, sleep with the controller in your hand. Like, that was Christmas. Like, that was the feeling. And unfortunately, that feeling is not there anymore. No matter what comes out, no matter what gaming system comes out, it's not the same feeling, because the world has changed so much and gaming has changed so much that this feeling, that special feeling that we got, is no longer the same. Y'all can go on YouTube and look up YouTube videos of people open up game systems on Christmas from the 80s and the 90s. You see the joy and love in people's eyes when they rip it open and they're going crazy. Some people are crying. It was a feeling and a movement that will never be again. But that's the reason why doing this in 2024 feels so great if you was one of those kids who grew up in that era, because it changed your life. And the building blocks of who you are and what you are, even in gaming today or electronics today, started with a very rudimentary square brick that changed the face of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from the Game Dojo, this is the Nintendo Entertainment System by Nintendo. The year for us was 1988. It's 2024. And I'm just gonna say this some bitch is still as rad as it was back then as it is right now. So ladies and gentlemen, since I keep using the word rad, we're gonna jump right in to some Rad Racer to end out this video. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you for joining me here in the Game Dojo. And when you hear that music and you see that power button flashing red, it's time to be on point, because gaming like this had never been done before. And to this day, the name Nintendo means now you're playing with power. And even to this day, here in the Game Dojo, we have the Nintendo Power Hour. Thank you, Nintendo, for being a life-changing company, for being a life-altering experience, for changing the face of gaming forever, even to this day. To this day, son! To this day! Nintendo, thank you very much. From the Game Dojo in the heart of Gamer Nation, I'm the Game Ninja. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this nostalgic walk down memory lane with me. If you love it, like, subscribe, leave a comment. We'll do much more of these. And this is just for the pure love of gaming, for the pure love of the game, period. So, yeah, this is the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System, ladies and gentlemen. My God, has it been that long?